It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Yo, hello, and welcome to the KVJ Show. Virginia's out today. She went to lovely Cleveland, Ohio for what is called Morning Show Boot Camp. A radio convention that they have for all these great minds in radio. So these two great minds are not there.
No.
But that great radio mind is. I'm sure Virginia's just taking all kinds of copious notes and really just drinking in all the knowledge that she's getting. I imagine when she gets back on Monday, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like Virginia's just, whoa, that's crazy. Like she sounds so much better on the radio.
Teach us, oh great one.
Yes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here on Monday and I'm going to have like a notepad.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to write down all the notes and be like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to learn so much from Virginia.
Definitely quiz her and see what she's learned.
Yeah. Well, I do know that she learned how to ride a carousel horse that was in a bar. And that was one of the photos that I guess had gotten posted up last night on her Instagram on the stories. So you can see that she looked like she might have been getting into the Fireball, Kev.
Gosh, Fireball tastes like donkey snout. It is so shitty.
Not a fan of it. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the concept of shots anymore. I don't do shots. And if somebody bought me a shot, I'd be like, I just don't do shots. I'm not trying to get alcohol as fast as I can into my bloodstream anymore.
I don't mind a whiskey shot. Whiskey I can do, but you're right, though. You can't do too many of them.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm going to, you know what, I realized it's kind of like, when I was a kid, there was this movie called Colors. And there was this analogy. Two cops were sitting there, and it was this whole thing about young bull, old bull. And the young bull's like, hey, you see all those young hot cows down there in the valley? Let's run down there and fuck one of them. And the old bull turns to the young bull, and he says, how about we walk down and fuck them all? And I was like, that's just kind of the mentality of the maturity of saying, you know what, conserve your energy for what matters. It's almost like when you watch Lionel Messi now on the pitch. He just kind of meanders around and just stands there, and you're like, the guy's not even trying. And then all of a sudden he turns it on at the right moment. He did that last night with his goal. And they're saying that's Lionel Messi now. He's like the old bull. He uses his wisdom to put himself in the right position and still has enough gusto that he can make it happen.
What movie is it where they're fucking bulls?
Nobody fucked a bull. It was the analogy.
Oh, they were saying.
Yeah, one cop was saying to the other cop.
Okay, I thought.
Yeah, I don't watch bull fucking movies.
Well, I didn't. I thought is Colors with Sean Penn?
Yes.
I was gonna say I do not remember any bull fucking. Okay.
You don't remember that analogy they had from the movie?
It's been a minute since I've seen it. That's an old one.
Oh yeah.
It's a good movie though.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, that's one of those ones that you could go back and. In fact, I probably should. I just want to see if it holds up. Yeah, it's got Robert Duvall in it as well.
Sean Penn had some heaters back in the day.
Yeah, he did.
Remember the game with him and Michael Douglas where he bought his brother this experience where his brother thought he was dying and being chased by all this crazy shit, but that's what his brother bought him. He bought them this adventure package and gave him an adventure.
I never watched that movie. I remember the movie. Yeah, it looked like it could have been good. I don't know why I didn't watch it. It maybe looked a little too scary, but it's more suspenseful, right?
No, if you're scared of that movie, you're a pussy.
I am a pussy, but
it's not scary.
I believe we've got Virginia on here, live, beaming in from Cleveland, Ohio, from the Morning Show Radio Boot Camp. Virginia, give us a report on the street. How is Cleveland?
Cleveland is charming. Oh, my
Okay.
gosh. I love it. Great bars.
Okay.
Great vibes.
Okay.
Everybody has been so friendly. We just accidentally left our phone in the Uber, and the guy came right back. He was so nice and brought us the phone back. Like, everything was great last night. I was riding this mechanical horse, though.
We saw that photo,
I don't know what
yes.
happened.
Yeah. What do you mean you don't know what happened?
The dismount wasn't great because I was on the floor.
You know what?
You fell off of it.
You don't live there.
So sorry about that crotch shot, everyone in the bar.
Oh, Cleveland loves a crotch shot.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Now, do you know where you went? Because I haven't been there in a few years, but when I was back in the 90s, when I was a younger dude, I remember jumping in and trying to swim the Cuyahoga River. That was at the Flats, and I think it was a place called Shooters. It was a bar right at the end that went out into Lake Erie. Right there at the Cuyahoga. But then they did have some other cool little bars that were not too far from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and by the stadium.
Yeah, I'm going to go look for Shooters. That sounds fun.
If it's still there, I have no idea.
No. I'm not jumping in the Cuyahoga River.
No, you
should
should not.
Doing that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a fantastic fountain, though. I could see you totally jumping in the fountain across from the convention center. It's massive.
Okay, so they have. I remember I went to a Senior Frogs they had there.
Okay.
Where did you go? Was it a bar district that you went to in Cleveland?
Hold on, let me ask my friend. Where did we go last night?
Where did the fire go? She's on the way.
She don't know either.
That's amazing. Do you know the name of any of the bars? Yeah, I see. It looks like a very drunk Virginia on a tractor.
Dolly's.
All right, we're going up an elevator.
Dolly's, she said.
Oh, you went to Dolly's in Cleveland. Okay. Now, was it only one bar or was it several?
It was several, right? We went to several bars. They had tractors. They had tractors in the bar. And so I rode all the tractors and then the mechanical horse. And then that's where the dismount went sideways.
Okay. Well,
I'll send you that video. My girlfriend Franny was videoing when I fell off the horse.
Okay.
Oh, she was. Okay. Yeah, I don't. I'm not finding a Dolly's in Cleveland.
There's no Dolly's in Cleveland.
I don't know. It's just not coming up. Is there another name?
Are you sure you're in Cleveland?
they said there's not a Dolly's in Cleveland.
I'm pretty sure I'm in Cleveland.
Well, it's just not coming up.
That'd be so funny. She's like, oh, wait a minute, Cav, we're in Toledo.
Now, there is a Jolene's Honky Tonk. Could that be it? I mean, it's like...
Jolene's Honky Tonk?
That sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, so that
sounds good.
Yeah, I was going to say they might have a trademark infringement issue as well with Dolly Parton by just calling a place Dolly's, because you would think it's okay. So it's Jolene's Honky Tonk is where you went. That is coming up in Cleveland.
Okay, that sounds right. I can tell you it was super fun. Hey,
I mean,
Mark's here.
I'm looking at.
Hey, Kevin. What's up, man?
Who is it?
Mark, who works with us.
Oh, no way. Hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah, we're missing you here, bro. We got to come next time.
Oh, yes, I might. How is the convention? A lot of good people there?
Yeah, it's pretty good. We got some folks here. I mean, the room's good. It's just getting underway. But yeah,
okay.
it's a good amount of people. Yeah, you've done these a bunch of times. But
oh yeah,
it's the same stuff.
Okay,
yeah, but it's good. It's good to see people and connect and all that.
Okay, well, you guys get all the knowledge and bring it back, and then why don't you give us a 5-point plan and do maybe a PowerPoint or something.
Yeah, we're curating it right now.
Thank you.
I love that. All right, well, you have fun. Keep an eye on Virginia, okay? I don't think she knows where she's going.
Oh, absolutely.
She's dizzy and she's drunk.
Yeah, that area. The area does look pretty good that you're in Virginia. You're not too far from Rocket Arena, and
Wait, here's Paul. Say hi to Paul.
Hi, Paul. Oh, I'm Paul. Is that Kevin?
Hey, what's happening, Paul?
The once a year I get to see you at boot camp, and you're not here.
I know, right? Yeah, I didn't even know if you were going because you never call me. I keep waiting for that lunch we're gonna have.
That's by design.
You're on the podcast.
By the way, Virginia put on a clinic last night. It was like the old days.
She always does. I'm glad that she's representing us well.
I love her. See you later. I got to take a leak. Bye.
There he goes.
That's Paul Castronovo there. Okay, that's cool. You got Paul there. Yeah, that area around the arena is not too bad where the Cavaliers play. You got Jolene's Honky Tonk. There's a place you should check out called the House of Creole.
House of Cradle?
No, Creole.
Creole?
Yeah, Creole.
Okay.
You ever heard of what Creole is? It's spelled Creole. Do you know what Creole is?
Yes. Okay, I'll go check it out.
Have you got into any alcohol this morning out of curiosity?
No, not yet.
So you're still drunk from last night?
I just found a bunch of free drink tickets in my purse for the bar downstairs. So I might have a little nip at lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah, we do know what you're saying. Actually, I kind
Somebody
of
gave me a fistful of drink tickets, which was a terrible idea.
Are you planning on going to all the sessions today?
Yes, I am holding the agenda right now. The first session, I think, starts in like 5 minutes. So I'm
okay.
here. I'm
Exciting.
present.
Okay.
Ready to take notes.
A lot of people there?
Yeah, it's pretty packed.
Okay. Very nice. All right. Well, tell everybody we said hello and we miss them all.
All right, I will. And I will send you pictures, and I'll send you that video, too, of falling off the horse.
Okay, yes. We've got a few photos. Denny's is showing. He just showed the one with your boobies hanging out where you're on the tractor, and you've got the drunk face on with the white girl overbite.
no. She don't look drunk in that.
Wow. Wow.
I can hear your voice in that picture. Did I do that?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's good. You enjoy yourself. You tear up Cleveland. Leave your mark on it.
Yeah, let
I
Cleveland,
will.
let Cleveland know, hey, I ain't fucking around here.
Hey, Cleveland, here's my clam.
All right. We'll bring
That
it
actually
out.
would work in Cleveland.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'll keep you posted.
Okay. We'll talk to you later. All right.
Okay, bye.
There you go. All right. Virginia from Cleveland there. Sounds like a great time.
Hey, Cleveland, here's my clam. Surprisingly, would work very well in Cleveland.
Probably would. Yeah, probably would.
I think they love clam in Cleveland.
I think so. I think a lot of dudes all around the world probably like clam.
Yeah, then again, who doesn't, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that's usually got universal appeal wherever you might be going. So, yeah, it's good to see she's still bringing it out.
It's good to see that she's still breathing.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
I feel like my heart, lungs, and pancreas would just wither away and explode. People think I drink a lot. I drink a sea hair compared to what Virginia drinks.
Yeah.
I don't even drink that much anymore. I mean, I'll tie one on every now and then, but not like the olden days. It fucks up my sleep too much.
No, she's making up for it, though.
Now, vacations when you got to tie one on. If you know you have no show to do.
Right.
Because it takes me about 2 days to recover.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, if I did what Virginia's face looks like she did last night, yeah, I'd probably be out for the entire weekend.
Well, every picture looked like it was distorted because her face was just like, wah.
Yeah, I think it's her friend Franny that's taking the photos, and I think she was probably lit as well. So
I mean, you could not get more of a drunk Rolodex of picture.
yeah, well, she's having a good time.
Good for her.
That's right. We'll try to check in with her tomorrow and see how she goes tonight. I do know that for a lot of times at boot camp, you go really hard night one, you go a little less hard night two, and then I remember by night three, you're just like,
By the time you get back on the plane ride, it's one of those plane rides where you go, I have a little regret.
Yeah, I remember leaving New Orleans many times. I'm like, oh man, I felt dirty. I was just like, I need a soul shower. Yeah, I'm just like, what have I done?
The last one I went to Chicago, I said, I don't know if I'm meant or cut for boot camp.
Yeah, well, and we were staying in an area, you don't like tall buildings, and we were right in the heart of, right there on the Chicago River, if anybody knows that we were right, yeah, so we were kind of like right by the Lake Michigan.
And everyone's out trying to outwit each other, and it can be a lot at times. It's good, though. It's good for the industry, for people to get together.
It is.
I do like when people reconnect, because it is all about connections.
It is good, so hope she has a great time there. Got a couple of emails here, one from Heidi, who got into the old school lunch conversation we had the other day. She said she grew up in Helena, Montana, beautiful country there. She said, and I raised my children in the little town of Lincoln, Montana, and one of the most popular lunches at the elementary school was chili and cinnamon rolls.
Ooh.
I know it sounds like a strange combination if you've never had it, but it's absolutely amazing. And to this day, all of my kids who are now adults still eat chili with cinnamon rolls, and they've passed the tradition on to their own children. I never heard of another school in Montana serving that combination, only Lincoln. Yeah, I didn't know if that was a Montana thing. I had not seen that, but it does sound interesting. Yeah, we've done a couple different interesting food combinations. Maybe we'll have to try that out.
Yeah, sometimes the sweet, salty combination that should not jive jives oh so nicely together.
Yeah, it's chili with a warm cinnamon roll. She said, if you've not tried it, you owe it to yourselves.
I love me them cinnamon rolls, the ones you can smell as soon as you walk into the mall parking lot, like your Annie's or your Cinnabon.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, I used to love back in the day when I, ate what I wanted.
Well, that's the thing that's dangerous about those Cinnabons. I mean, I'm a grown man here. I can eat 10 of them and still be hungry in an hour.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, because they're not that big.
Okay.
They go down quickly.
Right.
They're addicting. And an hour and a half later, I'm like, all right, where's pizza at? That's how you get man titties. Donuts and those sweets that go down quick that doesn't get you full.
To just kind of be your appetizer for a real pizza.
I'm not kidding you. I had abs one time in my life, and I lost them in a week because I went on a Krispy Kreme run. Krispy Kreme fucked my world up.
Yeah.
It was the chocolate on top with the white, not the Bavarian, but the white cream in the middle, and I was eating 6 at a time during my golf shift. Yeah. And I turned into a fat, portly fuck within 4 weeks.
It's a lot easier to lose abs than it is to find them.
I woke up one morning, I go, holy shit, what happened?
Yeah. No, it's rough.
It was a fun ride, though, baby.
Yeah. That's why I wonder. I mean, I've seen photos in the last couple of days of Tom Brady and also David Beckham, and two guys that are a little bit older now, pushing 50. And they've got abs. Like, they look fantastic. They got like the stomach of like a 26-year-old dude.
50's not the 50 it used to be. Just kind of like 70. Remember back in the day, 70-year-olds looked like old lady in the big
50-year-olds,
leather shoe. What's that fucking poem with the kids in the shoe?
Yeah, Wilford Brimley, who was in the movie Cocoon, a movie when we were kids. I think he was like our age now.
Dude, you're older than Mr. Miyagi was in Karate Kid. How does that not blow your mind?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that, it is different. Yeah, Wilford Brimley was 50 years old in the movie Cocoon when it was released in 1985. He was 49 when he was filming it, 50 at the release. He is 3 years younger.
That motherfucker
was 3 years younger.
He was my age when he was filming Cocoon.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Right. And
he looked like he was 75 years old in that movie.
He did. Yeah, it just kind of goes to show you. Honestly, Tom Brady didn't have those kind of abs when he was 26. In fact, he hates his NFL Combine photo where he's shirtless and he's standing there, and he's not big at all, but he's not ripped like what he is now.
Well, you can even tell with wrestling. Back in the day, once you got to a certain age, they tried to phase you out in wrestling if you weren't a superstar. Now, if you were Hulk Hogan or Macho Man, that's different. But nowadays, these son of a bitches are wrestling into their 50s, into their early 60s because all of those growth hormones.
Right, yeah, a lot of, and it's, you can do the testosterone, it's easy, it's well done. The peptides, man, I'm talking to people right now, and I haven't really gotten into the peptide thing. I hope to here in the fall because Game Day does the peptides, but I was talking to a buddy of mine that kind of does his own, and he's like a couple years younger than I am, but he just hit 50, and he's shredded. And he's like, it's these peptides, dude. He's like, they carve me up. I'm like, that's amazing, man. Good for you.
Let me ask you this. Let's say you change your diet completely and you are in your 50s. You're eating healthy. You're exercising. You're lifting weights. You're doing push-ups. Right. Does your body still have the ability to to see a difference, or is age just kicking you right in the dick and you're not going to see the results you want? Or can you still make a difference in your 50s, in your 60s if you start doing that program?
Yeah. No,
or are you just going to be old gross?
No, you can make any kind of changes that you want. Now, I mean, it depends upon everything you have going on, but it's a combination of everything. If you break down everything you need to do and do well, it's eating well, sleeping well, being hydrated. It's doing the right amount of exercises. And, a lot of times it's that extra little kick that helps you out at your age. It's an equalizer. It just makes you, even though you're at a certain age, your body will process and create muscle and do things like that a much younger version of yourself would do that. So absolutely you can make a difference.
I think some people have the mind frame of, I live my life this one way my entire life. It's too late to make any changes. I can't turn it around. And I know I'm guilty of doing that too, but I think that's the wrong mindset. I think you can always reverse something.
It's false. I mean, it's a false statement.
Yeah, it is a false statement.
You know, some people, it's a coping statement. They're
For
saying
sure.
that because they don't really want to do it. And so their cope is to say they can't do anything, which is not true.
I
And then
agree.
if you need to cope and you just want to have an excuse why you're not doing anything, then you can live with that, but it's not true.
Okay, and that was my question. You can still make it happen
Absolutely.
in your 50s and 60s without any of the hormone shit. If you just did a prison exercise.
Yeah, everything makes a difference.
Sure.
You know, are you going to get shredded and have washboard abs? You may not, but you're still doing something positive for your body. And the way the body works is you can't see necessarily everything on the inside. That's what they're trying to do, is do more testing now with your biological age and things like that. And so I don't know how accurate some of those tests are, and they probably vary wildly, but yeah, you keep that all in mind, that every little bit that you do has some kind of effect to your body, either positively or negatively.
And you hope just every little small change you make eventually adds up to one big change.
Yeah, you just got to be patient. And
That's just it. I think we're such a impatient species, me included. You know, you want results with anything in life. You want it done. You plant a tree, you want that fucker to grow right away.
Yeah.
And not everything's going to work that way.
Well, you got to have realistic expectations. You have to realize it's going to be slow moving. And the one thing I would tell you, if you're doing an exercise thing, do it at first for just the mental health benefits.
Absolutely.
And even if you don't see anything physically with your body, and you may not, or it may take a while, at least your mental health will be getting better as you're exercising. That's been proven through and through. Not that it's going to make you perfect on your mental health, but it will improve it.
Well, what's going to make you feel better mentally? I didn't take that walk today. Or, hey, at least I did that 20-minute walk and it was better than nothing.
Yeah.
And I did something.
A lot of our life, I know for me, the biggest thing is your self-esteem. And your self-esteem is the reputation you have with yourself. There are a lot of things that are bad that I wouldn't do, not because they're bad or I could get arrested or whatever, because I know how I would feel about myself if I did them. Like cheating on my wife. If I went and cheated on my wife, I would feel so terrible about myself. I wouldn't respect myself. And so I wouldn't do it to my wife first off, but I wouldn't do it to me because I would ruin the self-esteem that I have for myself, the reputation I have. It'd be like, Kevin, you're better than that. That's why when I do things that I don't like, I'm very upset with myself. I let myself down.
That's what happens to me too. If I feel like, let's say I get impatient or I get angry or I snap or something, I take it hard because that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And you're right. That all that stuff takes work and rewiring your brain sometimes when it comes to that.
People ask about that rant I have, and they said, look, it was effective. You got the things fixed. Well, why don't you feel good about that? I don't feel good about that because that's not who I want to be. I said words I said that I don't want to say, and I acted in a way that is not who I want to be. And so that's why I am not proud of that moment, and I hated it because that's not who I want to be, and it affected my self-esteem.
That's anytime I get mad or lose my patience on something, the same thing you're saying, it affects my self-esteem.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you wonder why you're in a bad mood because you're feeling bad because you feel like you let yourself down and you let other people down.
It affects your mental health.
It absolutely
That's what
does.
it is. Yeah.
Everything is your thoughts. If you've got shitty thoughts, and keep in mind too, you're the one person that you have to live with for your entire life. Like Kevin Ralston has to be around Kevin Ralston all day long.
Yeah.
Jason Pennington has to be. So if you don't like yourself and you're around yourself constantly, that ain't going to be a good thing for your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you have to almost retrain what you've learned. And that's a hard thing sometimes. Sometimes that means you have to look in the ugly mirror or hug the ugly cactus. And that's a hard thing for people to do as well.
Yeah. You know, I'm interested in the Perez Hilton story for this reason. because, and I've been watching a little bit of his content that he's had out there, and I'd seen that he moved to Miami, and I don't know what his story is and why he's doing it, but he's trying to reconnect and go check out different places. It seemed like he was getting into the Bible and trying to really work on his faith, and he was trying to work out and do some things. There are a lot of positive things that you saw going on. He's got 3 kids, so you obviously care about that. And then you have this story where it sounds like it was a serious mental health breakdown, possibly even attempted suicide is what they're putting it at. And clearly, look, we're all going through something. I'm just kind of curious where he is and what got him to that point. Now, sometimes it could be chemical, and so I don't know. All this is just pure conjecture. I have no idea. But the one thing about it in some of the comments I was reading, and there were even some celebrities that were coming after him being like, I don't feel sorry for that guy. I didn't agree with the comments, but it's like, I don't feel sorry for that guy. He was a terrible person. He said terrible things about me, did this, and he did that.
Sure.
And a part of that, what that triggered in my mind, I'm like, I'm wondering if that is weighing on him and his conscience is saying, you were a shithead to a lot of people and you did some really terrible things. And I think that can happen too. And it'll affect you later on in life when you mature. You got to get to a point though, where you forgive yourself and say, look, I'm not that person. I think we all are going to do terrible things in our life. And I don't know what is going on in his head. I don't want to even try to pretend, but I just thought he was doing some things that should have helped his mental health. And to see that he had the breakdown he did, what is it that's gotten him to that point? Is he holding on to things he did in the past, or does he have chemical imbalances or something else?
I think you might have nailed it. I think sometimes people have a hard time accepting their past, especially if they've done something that they really truly feel bad about, and they get older and they mature and they said, what the fuck was I thinking? I'm not that person anymore. And that can rattle a person, especially he's probably in his 50s. He's at that age.
He's getting close to it. Yeah.
He's at that age where there's a certain 48. Age humans get to where they start doing this self-check and they start going, they just start thinking about things in the past. What could I have done differently? I could have been better in that situation. Wow, I was a real fucking asshole during that situation. But that's part of being a human. You're supposed to get better. You're gonna make mistakes. Everyone goes through it, and there's different spectrums, because I know there's some sweet peas out there that aren't assholes, but everyone goes through a weird time in their life, or a shittier time, or a douchier time in their life. They're not best version of their time. And to your point, you do have to learn to forgive yourself at a certain point. If not, you're gonna get stuck, and then you're not gonna help anybody.
And then that one reaction, I don't even remember who the celebrity was. It's not a big celebrity, but there's somebody you kind of had heard of 20 years ago when he was really an influential individual. And they were not sympathetic at all. And they're like, good, he's a real shithead, whatever they were saying about him. But, you know, sometimes too, I think you got to let people off of the mat, because humans can only take so much, and you got a breaking point. And I would not want to be the person that pushes somebody over the edge. And I think that's easier said than done. And I know if somebody did harm you, that's the easy thing to say. But I wouldn't want to be the person that doubles down on seeing him in pain and doing something where he's trying to take his own life, which he possibly did.
We live in a time now, and I hate to always bring it back to social media, but social media has made a lot of people numb when it comes to
desensitized
empathy and sympathy. And I get it. When people do shitty things, they got to be held accountable. But the thing I like about a Kevin Ralston is you can see somebody do something wrong. If they apologize from their heart and they want forgiveness, you give forgiveness. Right. I think we have lost the ability to forgive people. And it's all about mic drop, fuck you, I don't give a shit, I'm speaking my truth 100%. We've lost a spiritual way. And I personally think a lot of it really, really is zoned in on social media. Because social media, man, everyone's an asshole on social media. Everyone can be an asshole. It's easy to be
because there's not a lot of accountability.
It is, but when social media bleeds into real life, which I think it's starting to do, you start to see some weird shit. People are rude. We have a spiritual deficit. I didn't say religion, because people get all weirded out when you bring religion in there, and that's not a knock on religion, but you can be a spiritual person and not be religious. That's being kind to your neighbor or your friend. It's hashtag be cool. And I think a lot of that's been lost just with the fucking screen, man. Everyone's about, man, I told them off and fuck you and mic drop and go fuck your mother. It's like, all right. Or we could just try to maybe forgive and not holding grudges. especially shit that doesn't matter, terrible for the soul. It's poison.
Well, it's possible maybe he's getting a bit of what he deserved, but I wouldn't want to be the person that makes it worse for him. Even if he had said something disparaging about me back in the day, I would let it go because I think that forgiveness is important. Now, I believe in setting boundaries with people, and they're two separate things. Forgive, you can. Set boundaries, you should.
We're not saying being a doormat, but we're also not saying hold a grudge for 50 years and be like, fuck yeah, I hope the guy died. Like all of that comes from such a dark, terrible place that I just don't think it's good for your heart. I don't think it's good for your thoughts.
To me, it's about energy. And I'll drop a religious analogy that I heard because that's the game that I'm in, but you can apply it to anything. And they said, if heaven is the place where everyone is forgiven and hell is the place where no one is forgiven, when you forgive somebody, it's like pulling a bit of heaven down to you. And when you don't forgive somebody, it's like pulling a bit of hell up to you.
Yeah.
And so it's what you want to have. And all it means is there's one thing gives you positive energy, the other thing gives you negative. And so what is it you want in your own life? And so by doing that, it's really a selfish act when you forgive somebody. It's not that you're doing it necessarily for them. You're doing it for yourself because you only want the positive energy around you and in your mind and in your heart and soul.
The other thing, too, is I would want people to forgive me when I've done wrong things, when I've been an asshole.
Right.
I want same grace for me when I've been a fuckface.
I've done a lot of shitty things in my life.
A lot of people have. And I would hate for no one to give me a second chance. I mean, second chances are important. And again, it's not letting someone take advantage of you.
Yes.
But there are times where you can let someone off the hook. Forgiveness is a very powerful thing.
Yeah. And, I would say to him as well, if he's trying to get into his faith and the Bible and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't mean just because you open a Bible, all your problems are gone.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about Perez Hilton. I'm talking about just in general.
Sure.
Like I always bring up that one. The two guys I know, they haven't talked in about 6 or 7 years because they got into a major fight over a board game. And they said things they didn't want to say. They said terrible things, and neither one of them will. One wants to kind of make it better. The other one's like, fuck them. And to me, that's so stupid. You're going to be dead one day.
You need to be mindful of the energy that you're bringing in, that you're manifesting yourself, and ask yourself, is it positive or it's negative? If you're manifesting negative energy, you don't even realize what you're doing to your own insides and your own biological health. It's not a good thing. Yesterday we were talking about the inflammation. Those are the kind of things that get the inflammation going, harden up arteries and things like that are going to take you to an earlier grave. Is it worth it? Because in a sense, you're helping that person out. The person you hate that you think that you're doing something great by not forgiving them, you're actually putting yourself into an earlier grave.
Yeah, I mean, if there was one great thing that came out of my mom's passing, and that was a dark time, the one thing I learned, and I got the message pretty quick, and I don't know if everyone in my family has gotten this message. I did learn, it sobered me up really quickly, that life is very, very short.
Oh, it is.
It is so short. And I'm not saying I can't get mad and hold a grudge, but I can tell you this much: it's a lot shorter than it used to be because life is way too. It's too fucking short, man.
It is, and you're stealing your own joy because to carry around anger, you can't be two things at one time. You can't be happy and angry. Unless you're happy that you're angry. But it really doesn't work together. So it's like you got to have one or the other. And I choose to spend my days happy, not angry.
Well, I look back, I remember seeing my mom on her deathbed and going, my mom used to get so mad at really some things she shouldn't have got mad at, things that didn't matter. And I would love to have gone and ask her one last question. Mom, looking back now, was it worth getting mad about all those things?
Yeah.
Now that you've reached the end, would you give advice of saying, let a lot of that shit go, it doesn't matter? Or is that what makes up someone's personality? They're a spitfire, they're fiery.
Sure. And maybe they need it. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know the answers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thankful I'm not wired that way, because I wouldn't want to be that way. But yeah, maybe that brings her great joy to have somebody be angry at.
Look, some people, their personality is spitfire and being fiery, and I think you need those people in the world as well.
You do. It takes all kinds. I enjoy all kinds of people, and I'm glad that not everybody is the same.
I just don't want someone to bring themselves down to where they lose their sense of spirit.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. And that's where I would just say in this situation is sometimes identifying. I've seen it. sometimes, and I've even stood up. I'm like, let them off the mat. Like they've had enough.
Yeah, they've
you can
had
just.
enough.
I don't know how you cannot see that they've clearly had enough.
They
it's
got
in their
the
eyes.
message. Yes.
Let them off the mat.
Yeah.
They've had enough. Let it go.
Throw
man.
the fucking towel in.
Yeah.
Guys bleeding all over the place.
Right. Let them up, man. Come on. They've had enough. You made your point. Well, food challenge here to take on. I don't know if you've seen this, but I know you've seen this girl. Grant sent this in. This girl does a lot of videos. I think you've sent me some, but she's looking at the Culver's new giant cheese curd patties that they have. It looks like the old chicken patty my mom used to get. That'd be in our freezer.
Oh, weird. She's a good-looking girl. She's in a car. She's doing a food review. How odd.
This girl does a lot, and she always does them in the car. I assume she's just wanting to show you that it's hot, fresh, and it's now, and that's the only place you can do it. It is a weird staging ground how... And it's probably proven that it draws more eyeballs when people sit in a car, but
I think every video now for TikTok.
I've never in my life thought, hey, I'm sitting in my car. It's a great time to make a video.
One of the ones I did as Lana's cousin Donna, I was in a car and it did very well. I think you have to be a chick in a car giving a review.
Maybe. Well, and I guess, you usually do have decent lighting and it is quiet, so maybe it is actually a good staging ground for a video. So I take that back. That might actually be the right move. Now, something to check out. Jeremy said I was watching Nation's Dumbest on Fox last night. Sounds like our kind of show. It takes place in a school setting, and it puts celebrities against each other in a knowledge type of game. They have the guy who played Napoleon Dynamite, he's now old, married with 4 kids. You got Hilaria Baldwin, Carmen Electra, and Anthony Michael Hall, Steve-O, and Jbird's favorite, JoJo Siwa. They're all in this kind of circle of people. I remember when I was a young kid, they had this show called Battle of the Network Stars, I think it was.
Yes, I remember.
And even then, I'm like, these are all like nobodies.
They were not stars.
And so you've always, even since I was a little kid, for 50 years, you've always had that level of celebrity that they're kind of celebrity, but they're not. They're just in that middle, and they do all these shows.
There was one year where I forget what celebrity it was. He was an older celebrity, and his team was going against a younger celebrity, and the young guy was kind of there just to have some fun, but the older celebrity was taking that shit seriously, and they got into a fight on national TV.
Yeah. This is all I have, damn it.
I mean, the guy, it's all he had.
And Nick said, I know y'all love them true crime documentaries, and there's one on Hulu that Jbird might like. It's called The Scream Murder. It's about this teenage girl named Cassie Jo Stoddard in Idaho that was murdered by 2 classmates. They recorded everything and were copying the Scream movies. They even wore ghost face masks. I don't know what it is with Idaho. It seems like they got a lot of murder there.
Dude, this story is so messed up. This is a creepy fucking story. And these 2 dumb fucks, they sealed their own fate. They recorded their whole confession on camera right after they killed the girl. They were supposed to kill the girl and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
They were all at the house together. The 2 dudes that killed said they're going to a movie, but what they did was they went in the back of the house and messed with all of the electricity, and so they could turn off the power. And while the boyfriend and the girlfriend were still there, the 2 friends are gone. They're thinking they're at the movies, but they're in there messing with the power, and the lights keep going on and off, and the boyfriend and girlfriend were getting creeped out. But the boyfriend left at 11 because his mom picked him up for the curfew. They were supposed to kill the boyfriend and girlfriend, and they just killed the girl. And the girl was her friend. Man? They were her friend. So in the car, they're all amped up. And they're like, we just killed this girl. Oh my gosh, I am like fucking just so jacked up right now.
And then they made a video about
it? They documented it. Yeah, they were. And then the dumb fucks take the video and bury it out in the woods, and they tell the cops where the video is at. So like, oh, thanks for the confession, dumbasses. Yeah, then they turned on each other, but they both were evil. They wanted to kill people, and if they would have not been stopped, there would have been more people that would have died.
Wild.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that is a thing, man. There are people that really do get influenced by the media and the movies. You think, oh, it's just the movies. If you're not wired right, and then you see the media giving you all these documentaries and all this shine for being a murderer, of course you're going to get copycat fucks out there.
Yeah, I guess it's just weird that people don't really walk through what this means when you take somebody's life and what you rob them of and what situation you put yourself in.
Oh, they were elated. They were like on a high, a buzz. It was creepy.
Wow, what short-sighted thinking.
They loved the Columbine kids.
Yeah.
They were just
twisted,
sick fucks, man.
Well, you'd had the story this last week of that kid that was sent to how many lifetimes in jail. His dad got 15 years, and his mom was actually on the phone with him while he was in jail, and she was reading all the likes and comments and be like, "Wow, you're some big celebrity now." It's like, the fact that would come out of your mouth after all that had happened, I guess you see how the kid is the way he is.
Oh, yeah. That's
twisted, man.
When you watch the Shirillo case, the girl that crashed the car, and you hear her talk to her parents, you go, there's a reason why this girl never even had a shot, because her parents are a bunch of dipsticks.
That's tough, man.
They suck.
Yeah.
Oh, Mackenzie, everyone's just pulling for you, Kens. Oh, everyone loves you, Kens. They kiss her ass the whole time.
Unreal, man. Unreal. The Scream Murder, people were asking, it's on Hulu is what he said.
I tell you what, it's very good, but it will fuck your mind up. It's a creepy story.
And then says, also, if he's interested in missing person cases, I would suggest that he look up the Heidi Allen case. It's a famous case from where I grew up in upstate New York. This young woman went missing while working her shift at a gas station, and it turned out she was an FBI informant. Some people think they arrested the wrong people. There's even a Dateline special about it Virginia can watch.
I don't like watching cold case files, or if I don't get resolution, they really piss me off. I mean, there's some cold case files here locally that really grind my gears. I mean, I'm obsessed with the Rachel Hurley case. I personally think somebody here local knows something.
Sure.
The Maurice Jefferson case out there in Lauderhill. I wish we could find out who killed him or who kidnapped him. And Christy Luna. Those are three that stand out that were big when I was growing up. And cold case files.
Yeah, no, it's rough. Well, I mean, it's cases like that probably let the dumbasses and things like the Ghostface murder case where they are thinking, well, they got away with it. Why can't I?
And it's sad, too, because I remember, probably even 15 years ago, I heard Christina Luna's mom on some country channel. And you could just hear the pain in her voice.
Sure.
And this was like 20 years after the case.
Yeah, you never get over that. I would get that. If I lost one of my kids, I'd forever be devastated.
Rachel Hurley's father, who said they said he was such a great man. He was an educator out there in Jupiter High School, maybe even the principal at one point. Yeah. But he was beloved, and he passed away, never knowing what happened to his daughter. That's fucked up, man.
It is.
That bothers me.
No, there's real darkness in this world.
There is.
Don't know. You're just doing what you can to try to stay in the light. So good luck, man. It's not easy to do. All right. Well, when Virginia leaves, we get deep, baby. Pussies.
Someone said in the comments, man, Kevin and Jbird were taking us to church today.
You can do that when the devil's gone. All right, y'all. I kid. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.